Hello, my name is Kwan, and with me today is Mrs. Donnie. We are from the Gwinnett County Public Library. As some of you may know, May is Asian American Pacific Heritage Month. This is a month for recognizing the contributions and influence of Asian Americans to the history, culture, and achievements of the United States. To celebrate the Asian American Pacific Heritage Month, we are going to have a mini lesson creating a painting of Mount Fuji. Before we show you how to paint it, we will first take a look at the short clip about Mount Fuji and its unique influences on the history and culture of Japan.
Nature is an important part of Japanese culture. Although most of Japan's 127 million citizens live in crowded cities, they make regular outings to enjoy the lush beauty of the countryside. Each year, millions of Japanese people travel around their island nation to experience and appreciate the bamboo forests, majestic mountains, fast-flowing rivers, and picturesque coastlines. Japan is more than 70% mountainous, and Fuji is the tallest mountain. The Japanese call it Fujisan. San means mountain. This is the spiritual symbol of Japan. Mount Fuji is one of the most visited sites for local tourists and foreigners. It appears in literature, art, and culture from the highest level to the most ordinary. It is located on the island of Honshu, standing at 12,388 feet, or 3,776 meters high. Mount Fuji is an active volcano, but the last eruption was in 1707. Some people call it a dormant volcano, which means the volcano has not erupted in hundreds of years, but shows signs that it might become active again. Mount Fuji greets hikers who arrive at its summit just before dawn with the Go Reiku, or the honorable coming of the light. The reflection of this light shimmers across the sky just before the sun first appears, giving the extraordinary sunrise a mystical feel. Fujisan's early morning magic is just one of the characteristics of the mountain that has captured the collective imagination of the Japanese, along with its snowy peak, spiritual meaning, and propensity to hide behind clouds. The close to perfectly symmetrical cone is an object to conquer physically and to admire from afar. Mount Fuji is one of the world's most painted and photographed mountains. There are thousands of literary works related to Fuji, including traditional and modern poems, haiku, no-dramas, novels, and plays. Today, Mount Fuji is the crown jewel of the national park in Japan. Each year, thousands of people climb to the top of the mountain. If you ever had a chance to visit Japan, Mount Fuji will be a sight that you should not miss. Now, join us for a painting session on Mount Fuji. Maybe your painting will inspire you to plan a trip to Japan.
To start, we're gonna go ahead and get some blue and white color. So we're gonna use the blue and white color to start the painting. Alright, so to start this painting, first of all, we're gonna draw the sky and the mountain. So to draw the mountain, I'm gonna first of all use some blue. So I'm gonna go ahead, clean my brush with water. Alright, so after you soak the brush in the water, make sure the brush is soft, and then now we're gonna apply some blue. And we're gonna start from the middle in the left and draw a line, and then to the right, we're gonna draw the mountain. the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna draw the top of the mountain. So we're gonna use white color to do that. Alright, so as you guys can see, I do have the snow cap on the top of the mountain. And so because we're outside, the paint gets dried really easy. Now if you're not doing this outdoor, if you're painting this inside the house, I do recommend you to use a hair dryer with your parents' help. Make sure just be careful when you use the air dryer because it's going to be really hot, just to dry up the top part to make it dry quicker. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna cover the bottom part with green and black color. And so as you can see, the bottom part, it might look very dark to you because I used some black and green color, but it's not completely black color. I mixed it with some green color, so that's how the way it came out. But that's okay if it's too dark. If it's too dark, just add some more green on it. And then the next step we're gonna do is we're gonna draw some cherry blossom trees, which we will be using the pink color next. Pink and white color. Now if the water is getting too dirty, I do recommend you to change a new cup of water before we actually work with the pink and white color to draw the trees. Okay, so I do recommend everybody to change a new cup of water. Alright, so as you can see right here, I do want to make it look a little bit more pink. So I'm going to add another layer of pink on it, on this whole size, okay? Now, if you have a sponge at home, go ahead and take the sponge out. We will be using the sponge to apply the white color onto the paint. So this time, instead of using the brush to help you paint, we will be using the sponge to paint the white color onto the pink. So once you use the sponge, and I do recommend you to use the sponge to move it around So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna draw the tree branches, okay? And I'll be using the brown color, and I do suggest you to use a smaller brush for the tree branch. Alright guys, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use yellow and brown. I'll be mixing them to paint this white part, the remaining white part of the canvas. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some yellow. So after I get the bottom part done, I'm gonna move back to this side and I'm gonna go ahead and add some more pink and white, mix them together so that, well, this time I'm gonna use a little bit more pink instead of white, okay? But I do need to mix a little bit of white together to make it look more like cherry trees, cherry blossom trees. The next thing I'll be doing is I'm gonna be drawing the branches coming out from the top over here. I will gonna move down here. You see the branches here? I'm gonna go ahead and add some pink on it. And again, I'm gonna make the little dots around it. I am gonna use some brown color and I will draw a small branch at the bottom here. Okay, so the branch will be sticking out from here. I'll be using black color to draw the bird. Alright guys, so we are done with the paint. If you want to add any more details on your own painting, you're more than welcome to. But for this session, this is it. And if you want to add more detail like flowers, any other types of flowers you want to add, feel free to. Or if you want to add more birds on your paint, you're more than welcome to add, okay? Alright, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoy this painting.
We had a 6th grader join us today, and because he wanted to learn how to paint Mount Fuji. So this is his effort. He hasn't quite finished yet. He'll finish it later. But this is what a 6th grader would do following along. His name is Jackson.